Hey guys. Caught the one that was live just a second ago, and I'm here. I'm sorry. Can someone let me know if you all can hear me? Can you all hear me? We might have to use different equipment for YouTube. Just want to see if everyone can hear me. I did a test live testing the equipment about 10 minutes ago, and this one got deleted. I can hear myself on my end, like on my, I have it on my phone as well to see if I can like hear. I can hear, but I want to make sure that you guys can hear. So someone can just comment, yeah, I can hear you, or nope, can't hear you. So, if you don't read the comments, you won't be able to tell me you can't hear me. So, see, at first when I first got on here, there's like a little place down at the bottom that lights up green when you can be heard. It wasn't lighting up at first. Now it is. So I'm thinking you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can, because I can hear it on my end. We are going to be starting a podcast on October the 1st, talking all kinds of things, crazy story times that I could never tell on YouTube. We're going to be talking about conspiracy theories. We're going to be talking about true crime. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things. And up until October 1st, I'm just going to be testing out the different things that I want to talk about. And I'm going to be doing that on Facebook. So if you would like to join on that extravaganza, then I need you to come send me a friend request. We're going to do a test podcast today at 2 o'clock on Facebook, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to join, I'm going to be accepting friend requests all the way up until then, aside from the time that I'm in the shower here in a minute. I'll probably have Chris accept some friend requests. So if you want to join us, go send me a friend request on Facebook. A bunch of you already have, but I wanted to come on here before I do the test podcast again and just let you guys know, hey, we're doing it because last week the microphone that I ordered was terrible. You could not hear me at all, like no volume at all, and it was connected through Bluetooth. This week you can actually hear, so I really want to do it this week. And I just tested on Facebook. It went well. I went through Stream Garage, and my Instagram, it posted on Instagram, it posted on Facebook, but it did not come through on YouTube. So I just wanted to do this live again and make sure that you guys could hear me. Um, But today on the Test Podcast on Facebook, we're going to be talking conspiracy theories, dead or alive. Um, Apparently, there are some famous people who have passed away and hypothetically, allegedly, have been sighted out in the everyday world. And we're going to talk about it. What is your opinion? Do you think these people are alive? Do you think that they are dead? What is your reasoning behind whether they are dead or alive? We're going to be talking about that today. We're also going to tell a crazy story time from when I was probably about 15 years old and went to Atlanta, a very busy city. And the person who witnessed this with me is no longer alive. It was my nanny. And we saw someone that very publicly had passed away. And we're going to talk about that today, too. So, if you want to join us, if you want to be a part of the Test podcast, we'll be doing them every single Sunday starting at 2 p.m. And I'm doing it primarily on Facebook just because I want to keep my YouTube kind of clean until October 1st so that I can just have like a good launch of the podcast. Um, the podcast will be going live, I believe, every Monday. Let me double check. Thank you so much, the J Man boy. Thank you so much for letting me know that and confirming that for me. Um, let's see. Let me confirm the dates for you guys. Um, so the actual podcast going on the podcast app will go live on every Friday, and then on Mondays you will get the video form on YouTube. Those will be the only two platforms that you'll be able to experience the podcast starting October 1st. So until then, I'm going to do every Sunday. I'm just going to do a test podcast. Things that weren't spicy enough to be on the actual podcast. This first one, I did want to pick like a really good topic. You guys voted for this on Instagram and TikTok. This is what you guys chose. So that is what we are going to talk about on the very first test podcast. But we have some extremely hot topics to talk about on the podcast. So yeah, I am excited for you guys to join. Again, if you would like to watch the live podcast up until October 1st, you need to send me a friend request on Facebook at Morgan Shea. There is a link down in the description box to go over to Facebook, send me a friend request, and it might be the Morgan Shea official Facebook. But if you just search Morgan Shea, you'll see my little illustrated, what you see over in the comments, that little illustration picture. Shout out to one of my subscribers for drawing that of me. Literally made me cry. Literally, he made me cry when he inboxed me this because I had reached out to a couple of people on Instagram previously saying, hey, if you could, draw an illustration. Damien Van Rossum, he drew this beautiful illustration of me, which is now on literally every single platform that I have. It is my profile picture everywhere. It's even the background on my desktop, Mac, and my MacBook. So yeah, I'm obsessed with it. And it's also, spoiler alert, going to be the cover of the podcast. So I'm very, very excited. I'm going to be reaching out to him possibly within the next week to possibly make me an illustration for the podcast specifically. And don't forget that today we are going to be spilling all the tea on the podcast and what you can expect. Not only that, but we are going to be talking about the name of the podcast. Yeah, we're going to be releasing what the name of the podcast is going to be. I'm excited for you guys to join me. I love you guys. Have a phenomenal day. And I hope to see you guys on Facebook at 2 o'clock. Bye, guys.